Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the first day of Fantasyathon. So, it's currently 7:30. I've been up since 6:30, and when I got up to go to the bathroom this morning, I stepped in dog puke and then continued to clean up 3 piles of dog puke. So, if you're wondering how my morning is going, it's going great. Just really going great. I kind of said I wasn't going to do reading vlogs, but I don't know, I really want to do it because it helps motivate me. And then I got super self-conscious because the last one I uploaded really tanked, but I think that I'll just film it, and then if I don't feel like editing it, then that's one thing, but vlogging it, just the act of filming clips, really helps motivate me. So we're gonna do it, and maybe you'll see this. Who knows? So I wanted to give a refresher course on what my TBR is in case you didn't see my TBR video. I added a couple books that I saw at the library that I figured, why not? First book that was on my TBR was Cucumber Quest, The Donut Kingdom by, I have no idea, GGDG. So this is just a fantasy graphic novel. The next one is The Wicked King by Holly Black. I might try to tackle this first because I did read some of this already, so it'll go a little bit more quickly. The next book is Mighty Jack by Ben Hatke. This is another graphic novel. Funny story about King of Scars. I included it in my video, and at the time when I filmed that, I was like, oh, there's no wait on it at my library. It'll be fine, I'll get it in time. I went to go get it the other day, and it said that there was a wait, so I had to put it on hold, but luckily it came in yesterday. So we got very lucky with that one. These are the other books that I'm gonna add to my TBR that I just saw at the library yesterday. The next two are the first and second book in the Spiderwick Chronicles series. I have been reading The Search for Wondla by Tony Ditterleasy. I think that's how you say that. And the very last book of my TBR, which I added it to my TBR a long time ago when I saw it in the store at Target, and I just never thought to get it from the library, but there it was on the shelf, so I was like, now is the time. And that is Snow and Rose by Emily Winfield Martin. I don't know, it just sounded cute. It's like a Snow White retelling. Artwork just looks really stunning. It has like artwork throughout it, and I'm excited to read it. Looks good. It's only like 200 pages, so it's not a big addition to my TBR. I'm hoping I can get some reading done this morning. I don't have anything to do until like the early afternoon. I have a doctor's appointment in the early afternoon, so I have to go to that. But it's early, which I like reading in the morning anyway. Like, I like reading super early. I'm definitely not a nighttime reader. I just am not anymore. So I am probably going to read some of The Wicked King. So good morning from me and Charlie. It's currently day 2 of Fantasyathon. I did read some yesterday. I'm going to give you an update, but it's currently about 8 o'clock. I am up early and dressed because I'm going to a library book sale, and I want to get there before the good stuff is gone. Let me tell you what I read yesterday. Attempted but DNF'd The Frog Princess Returns by E.D. Baker. It didn't feel the same as the original series. I wasn't really digging the storyline. I just wasn't able to get into it, so I'm just not going to read it. I'm just going to unhaul it. I read some of The Wicked King. I got to page 133. I think I read like about 30-ish, 40 pages. I also started and completed Spiderwick Chronicles The Field Guide, which is the first book. I really enjoyed it. I thought the writing was really, really good. I thought how it's setting up for the other books in the series was really good. I thought it was a really good first book, and I'm excited to read more. Goals for today, which don't know if they're gonna happen because I have a library sale, I have to go food shopping, and then I have a wedding to go to. Don't know how tired I'm gonna be after that, but hopefully I will also start Princess Between Worlds. I would like to complete this, or at least read like 60 more pages, at least get to the actual like over halfway point in The Wicked King. Not doing too bad so far. That's all I got for right now. I'm gonna go do a little bit more with this hair because it's a little crazy. But maybe I'll show you some footage of the book sale. I'm not going to show you in this vlog those books that I get, if hopefully I find books. I'm going to do a separate book haul for those because I need content. Don't you just love cats? I'm going to go brush my teeth, make me some coffee, and go to my book sale. Update, it's now around 5:30, I think. I got back from my wedding that I went to. It was very nice, lovely, but I'm very tired. Very tired. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to try to read any of the regular length books that I have, or if I'm going to try to read a graphic novel or the other Spiderwick. Charlie, can you stop? Go. Or if I'm going to try to read one of the Spiderwick Chronicles books, but I'm very tired because I've been out all day. I didn't end up getting any footage at the book sale because it ended up being like a yard sale and a book sale. They were having like a community yard sale, and I found all kinds of things. I found a new crock pot. I found a vegetable spiralizer, which is very, very exciting. And I just also had to go grocery shopping, so I was out for a long time, and then I had to come home and get ready to go out again. So I really have barely been home today. So might not get more reading done today. I'm not quite sure, but I wanted to update you, show you how snatched I look right now because I be looking like a snack right now. I'm gonna go lay down. I will update you again tonight because I know I'll read something. I just don't know what it is yet, and I'll talk to you when I can. Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 3 of Fantasyathon. I said I was gonna update you last night, and I didn't. This is me updating you now. I was so tired last night. I just fully passed out in my bed at like 9:30. I did read some yesterday. I got to page 27 in Princess Between Worlds. So my goal for this morning, it's currently like 10 o'clock, is to read this. It's only like 200 pages, so I'm hoping I can knock that out, get it done, and then maybe later tonight read more of The Wicked King. Not that it's not as good as The Cruel Prince, because like it is not bad. I'm not liking it as much, but for me, like how addicted I am to it, like, oh my god, I can't put this down, isn't as high as The Cruel Prince was. I remember The Cruel Prince, like I could not put it down, whereas with this, but I think it's because of where the storyline had to go because of what happened in the first book. So I'm hoping that I end up really enjoying it. I am intrigued and it is interesting. It's not boring. It just doesn't have the same like addictiveness as The Cruel Prince does. And I'm just gonna really relax right now. I threw in some laundry. It's beautiful outside. If you hear noises in the background, it's because my windows are open. It's like 70 degrees. It's really nice. I'm trying to enjoy it. I have this thing where the second spring and or summer hits, I start having a lot of issues with my mood. So I'm hoping that today I have a good day, because the past couple weeks have been pretty bad. I've been really anxious and just it has not been fun. So I'm hoping today I get a little bit of a reprieve and I'm just able to relax. So my goal for today is to just read and to have fun and to enjoy. I am enjoying Princess Between Worlds so far. I knew I would because I love that series. This coffee is so good. It's so good. Do you like my grandmotherly pajamas? It's like a matching nightgown and gown. I just love looking like an old lady all the time. I'm so tired. So I'll talk to you when I have something to say. It's currently day 4 of Fantasyathon, I think, and I just completed my second book, and that is Princess Between Worlds by E.D. Baker. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars because I love this series. We already knew that though. This one was particularly entertaining because it has a crossover part with the Frog Princess series, which was really fun and really cute, and I really enjoyed that. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna read. I might take it easy and read like a graphic novel or something. I'm not really feeling The Wicked Prince right now, or I might read Snow and Rose. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really picked it out yet, but I'm gonna sit down, peruse my options, and try to pick something. Other than The Wicked King, there's nothing else that's long on my TBR, but since this book went so well, I might end up adding The Princess and the Pearl by Edie Baker. This is the next book in the Tales of a Wide Awake Princess series, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to read the other books on my TBR, and then if I feel like getting around to this, then I will. And I also still have Binti as an audiobook to read. But I'm waiting to like leave that for a day when like I want to read, but I don't want to physically read anything. Right now, I could definitely physically read something. But yeah, I didn't end up reading anything yesterday because I ended up being out for like all of the afternoon and night. So today I'm not doing anything, and I plan on getting a huge chunk of reading done, but I'm really happy with this one because this was really cute and exactly what I wanted. And I'm just like really tired. I am just like so tired. I did so much over the weekend that like I just need to not do anything today. So I'm gonna pick a book or bring several books with me, lay in my bed, and do nothing for the next several hours. Welcome to day 4 of Fantasyathon. Currently like 7 o'clock. I was not able to update sooner because I had 2 back-to-back doctor's appointments, so I just didn't have the time. It's been a really long day, really stressful day, as with any of my doctor's appointments is. They just never go the way I want them to. Then being physically exhausted, feel up to reading. So my goal is, and this might be a little crazy, but I would like to either finish Binti on audio or finish Snow and Rose. I am currently 30 pages in. It's an easy read and it's only like 220 pages, so I could see myself finishing that. Or Binti is easy because I could just listen to it. I just had like a really long day. I've been out since like 10 o'clock this morning, and I got home at like 4, and then I had to have dinner, and health stuff is so overwhelming, especially when you can't really trust anybody and you have to get second and third and like 17th opinions, and it's just overall a very exhausting experience being chronically ill and being disabled and never knowing whose answers are the right ones and who's going to be able to help you, and it's exhausting, and I just want a break. It's so hard going into every appointment knowing that it could just be a fight, whether it be someone not believing you or someone telling you something that isn't true or doesn't fit your particular health issues or whatever. It's always a fight in some way or another. I'm just like gonna stop thinking about it because right now that's not gonna get me anywhere. Since I last talked to you, I finished something, and the book that I finished was Mighty Jack by Ben Hatke. I ended up giving this 5 out of 5 stars. Super good. Did not know it was related to Zeta the Space Girl. Didn't know that. So this isn't really fantasy, but it made itself look like fantasy. So I don't know. I ended up DNFing Snow and Rose because while the artwork was really cool and the concept was really neat, the execution just wasn't very good. The writing wasn't keeping me engaged. I found it really hard to pay attention to, and just overall the storytelling wasn't great. Like, this plot was cool, like it wasn't boring, but the way the author was trying to tell it to me made me lose interest, and I just didn't want to keep going. It's not really late. It's only like 8 something. Don't know what else I'm gonna get accomplished. I might be able to read Binti also tonight, which would be sweet. And then I should probably pick up The Wicked King again tomorrow, because that's like my regular length book. You might not see me again until the morning, but if not, hey guys, welcome to day 5 of Fantasyathon. It's currently about 8:30 in the morning, and I actually ended up finishing my audiobook, which was Binti, and I'm not saying the author's name because I don't know how to pronounce it, and I haven't looked up how to pronounce it yet, and I'm not gonna botch the name. I absolutely refuse to do that. So I ended up giving this 2 stars, which hasn't happened in a while. I felt really bad giving it such a low rating, which is weird because normally I don't feel that way. But I know everybody loves it, and I know it's won awards, and I just felt bad for giving it such a low rating. Here's the thing, I can understand what the author was trying to do. So like the storyline was cool. The world was so neat. It was so interesting, but I felt like it should have been a full-length novel. Just ended up feeling very rushed and very confusing, and if you weren't like reading or listening to every word like several times over, which is the problem that I had with the physical book, you're gonna miss details. And I hate reading books like that. It just drives me insane. Like, either make it long enough where I can understand it at a normal pace, or dumb it down, because I'm not getting it. Honestly, outside of that, the writing didn't really draw me in. Like, the writing wasn't anything that I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember the storyline, and I'm gonna remember the world, but I'm not gonna remember how it was written. It didn't stand out to me. I didn't particularly feel anything while reading it, which I tend to think a lot about, is like how I felt reading it, and it didn't like make me feel anything, and that was because I think the writing just didn't do anything for me. So yeah, that was kind of disappointing because I really wanted to love it so much more than I did. And the reason I'm giving it such a low rating is not because like it had things in it that were bad necessarily. It just wasn't that good either, in my opinion. That was my 4th book read, which is pretty good, and pretty happy about that. I have 3 books off of my original TBR that I have finished, which is a pretty great feeling. Plans for today: read more of this, which is just, I don't want to, frankly, if we're being real. Don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't want to read it. I don't know if I'm enjoying it less than The Cruel Prince or what, but I might just shelve it for later again, honestly, because I'm just not feeling it. Like, this is a very particular kind of fantasy, which is just like very intense, brutal fantasy, which just sometimes I'm not in the mood for. Like, I can handle a fantasy that's like not as intense and doesn't have like people that are being really, really mean in it. This just has a whole like entire cast of characters that are just so mean, and I just don't know if I have the energy to deal with that kind of negativity right now. The other like hyped book that I had on my TBR and like really regular length fantasy novel was King of Scars, which I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for either. So we might be taking a little bit of a trip to the library, or scrolling through Overdrive or Hoopla to see what other fantasy books I have on my TBR that I could read. Another option is on my physical TBR, I actually have 2 more fantasy books, and the first one is The Princess and the Pearl by Edie Baker, which would be great because I would like to catch up on the series. Or I could also read Bitter Blue by Kristen Cashore, which I might be feeling. I might be leaning more towards this because while it is ginormous, they go by quickly, and I think like that's why I'm not feeling The Wicked King right now, because it feels like it's going so slow. I'll let you know what I end up doing and what I end up focusing on, but I'm kind of leaning towards these 2. But yeah, that's my update for this morning. Hope that wasn't too rambly, and I will let you know what I end up picking up. Pardon my atrocious hair. I have an update. I did read something, and I read 50 pages of Bitter Blue. Currently on page 50. My goal is to read at least 100 pages a day between now and the end of the readathon so I can finish it. If I want to also read anything else, graphic novels or anything else, then I can read it in accompaniment with this. So far I'm really loving it. I'm so much more into it than I was with The Wicked King, and I think it's so weird because like it's much more complex in The Wicked King, but like it's so much, I don't know if it's better explained or if she allows herself to set up more. Like this book is over 500 pages, whereas The Wicked King I think is just over 3. So I think it's explained in a much bigger time span, which makes it easier to digest. I will let you know when I hit my goal and update you then. Good evening. So it's currently about 9:15ish, and I just wanted to give you my nightly update. I got to page 100 in Bitter Blue by Kristen Kishore. I think it's like actually 104 or 105 or something, but I did it. I'm hoping I can even get even more done tomorrow. If I was feeling really motivated, I could read more of it tonight, but if I just want something light and easy, I might pick up another graphic novel real quick tonight. But this is my last update for today, and quite happy. I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. So hello and welcome to day 6 of Fantasyathon. I've never car vlogged before. This is new for me, but I am currently out. I am waiting in the car for my people to get done with their doctor's appointment. So I actually already met my goal for today, to read 100 pages in Bitter Blue. I am now on page 202. Quite happy about that. It's currently like 3:15. Probably not gonna get home till like the evening time because we're like 40 minutes away from home and the appointment doesn't even start for another 25 minutes. So I'm hoping that I can read in the car. That's my goal. But I actually did a lot today. I woke up super early this morning for some reason, and I read the 100 pages in my book, which I'm very happy about. And I also edited the video that went up today, which was my audiobook-a-thon TBR. So quite happy with that. And I used a new editing software. Oh my god, it has made my life so much easier. Because right now I've been bouncing between iMovie and another app called InShot, because iMovie doesn't let you do like picture-in-picture, so I couldn't like use images in my videos. So I would use InShot for that, and then I would have to like export it twice. And the problem was with InShot is it took forever to export. It was so ridiculously long. And I found a new app that I can do it all in, so I can edit in it, and it's not complicated, because I found a lot of apps on my phone are really complicated to edit with, and this one is super simple. So I'm pretty happy about that. Right now I think I'm gonna maybe listen to some tunes and read more of Bitter Blue, because I think that's the only book I bought with me, because I have other books on my TBR but I didn't bring them with me, and I want to get through Bitter Blue as soon as possible. I'm gonna go, so I shall talk to you maybe tonight, maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna read in the car, because my head kind of hurts, and then I just realized that potential people inside this building that I'm parked right in front of can see me. Not quite sure. So I'm gonna go, and I will update you when I've read something. Hello and welcome to day 7. It is currently the 12th at about 11 o'clock. I did read more yesterday and last night. I actually read 70 more pages of Bitter Blue. I'm now on page 275, so that's really great. I got a huge chunk more done. I would love to read 100 pages today, but it's not necessary. But I might try to do it depending on how I feel. It just was like a reading machine yesterday. Really enjoying it. The crap just hit the fan. Like, it just reached its point where it's like, okay, things are getting real. And I don't know what it is about Kristen Kishore's writing, but she just has me so enthralled every time. Like, this series is one of the most entertaining and series that like just draws me in so much to the world. Like, it's wild. I read another book that I wasn't crazy about. Let me put on my glasses so that way I'm not squinting weirdly. I read and finished Cucumber Quest by Gigi DG. I did not like this. I thought I would love this. I love the artwork. Super cool, super different. Like, I love the color schemes it plays with. I ended up giving this 2 out of 5 stars. I kind of couldn't stand it. I loved the idea that like the main male character didn't want to be the superhero. He didn't want to be out here saving anybody. He just wanted to go to school and learn, and that's what he wanted to do. Love that. Love that his sister wanted to be the sword-wielding hero. I loved that. But I hated everything else. Hated how everyone was talking to each other and treated, and like the dialogue was so irritating. It was irritating in that way that middle grade can be a lot of the time, and that's what it felt like. It felt like someone specifically trying to gear this towards young audiences and just automatically making everybody over the top and extra and annoying and just immature. That's what this was like. Because when I thought about it, I was like, oh, it could be a 3-star, but then I'm like, no, there are other 3-star books that I enjoy that I wouldn't want to group this in because I didn't enjoy it when I was reading it. I don't want to continue with it. Like, it's not something I'm gonna keep thinking back to on like, wow, okay, this had at least this element. No. Yeah, that's where I am at. My goals for today, maybe read 100 pages of Bitter Blue, but I don't know. I've been doing nothing but reading this book, so I might do some catching up on booktube, watch some people's videos, or I might try to film. I'll let you know if I've read anything. Good afternoon. It's currently day 7, I think. Are we on day 7? I think we are. A Fantasyathon. So I did my reading for today. I am now on page 401. Quite happy with that. I honestly would have finished it, but I have to go out. I have to go shopping. I'm going to the mall. So I knew I wouldn't have time to finish it, and I have this thing in my head. It's really weird. But when I hit the last 100 pages of the book, 100% cannot put it down. Like, I need to know I'm going to have time to sit down and finish it in its entirety. So I've now reached, like, I have like 135 pages left. So I was just gonna dedicate that to tomorrow or Monday, because I can't, like, I can't read, like, say another 50 pages. I can't do that. I'm loving this so much. Like, look how much I've tabbed. I've tabbed so much. Like, you can't even see, but there's like a crap ton in there. This will probably be my favorite book in the series, right behind Fire. But holy crap, if I were to get like fangirly about a series, it would be this series, and I absolutely love it, and I hope that it has a good ending, and I hope all my babies end up okay, because I really hope so. If I stopped recording at a weird time, it's because I got a call, FaceTime call from someone. We'll just leave it at that. I hate everyone who drives in my neighborhood. They blast their music and it's the most obnoxious thing ever. So if you hear thumping, it is my rude neighbors who just think that everybody should be hearing their trash music. Basically. I'm gonna go because it's driving me crazy. And I will probably update you again tomorrow. I forgot to close out my Fantasyathon vlog. I think I haven't updated you in a couple days, so I'm gonna give you a wrap up of all the things that I read, all of the challenges I completed, and all that fun stuff. These aren't in the order that I read them. These are just in the order of the challenges that I completed. So, for the challenges of to read a diverse fantasy, to give a book a second chance that you set down, and to read a hype train fantasy, I am combining all three of those. Don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm going to. And for that I am counting Binti because it qualifies for all of those, and I did a lot of changing around in my TBR, but I ended up sadly not loving it. It wasn't for me. Ended up giving it 2 stars. The next challenge that I think I ended up completing all the challenges. The next challenge that I ended up completing, which this could have qualified for any of these books, but it was to read either a debut or backlist fantasy, and for that I'm just gonna pick Princess Between Worlds. I ended up giving that 3 out of 5 stars. I think I originally gave it 5 and then I gave it 3 upon further thinking. That one, like, I enjoyed the, like, plot and things, but I'll go into it in my wrap up, but the series is going to actually end up being a DNF for me, so I'll talk about that in my monthly wrap up. But yeah, it was just odd. The next challenge is a genre, read a book in a genre / format you don't normally, and for that I had picked Cucumber Quest and Mighty Jack as graphic novels because I don't read many fantasy graphic novels, surprisingly. Also finished 4 other books on top of that. So in total, I read 8 books. I don't know how. Next 2 that I read was The Field Guide and The Seeing Stone by Holly Black and Tony Diterlizzi. I don't know. They're the first and second book in the Spiderwick Chronicle series. Really enjoyed them. I think I gave them like 4 out of 5 stars. Really good, really solid. Excited to read the rest of the series. One book that I kind of DNF'd, but I read enough of it to consider it read. I read like 100 pages and it was only 200 pages long, was The Princess and the Pearl, which is the next book after Princess Between Worlds. And the last one that I read, which was my biggest accomplishment, honestly, and I'm impressed that I read it on top of all of these other books, and that is Bitter Blue by Kristen Couture. And giving this 5 out of 5 stars. Obviously, I cried. Oh my gosh. Talk about a wonderful ending to one of my favorite series of all time. This will go down as one of my, like, this, I can confirm that this is one of my favorite series of all time. It is so well done and one of the best well-written series I have ever read. So yeah, Fantasyathon was a success. I think I completed all of them. I didn't do the pampering session. I had a pretty rough week and a half. I just didn't have the energy to treat myself. I was just like I'll mention this in my next vlog, which I look the same as this last clip in my next vlog. Sorry about that. But I had a pretty rough week health-wise, which, what else is new? Absolutely enjoyed myself. I had a wonderful time. I just really loved reading during this readathon, and reminded me how much I love fantasy and how much I need to get back into the genre because it just does things to me, man. It really does. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you participated in Fantasyathon, let me know how you did down below. I would love to know. And thank you for the hosts for hosting it. It was a wonderful time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I shall see you in the next one. Bye.